Hey y'all, it's Quinn here with PTSD While Black. Thought I would just do a check-in with the progress this week. Despite the unrest, quote unquote, um, I'm thriving. I'm fucking thriving right now. It's hella weird. Um, it took a pandemic and the full-blown exposure of systemic racism for me to reach out and let people see me for who I am and to be vulnerable with my friends. I've not connected with my friends in a long time since the concussion because I was like, oh, I don't want them to remember me, to see me this way, not being how I was the last time they saw me. I'm like, oh, I don't want them to think of me or remember me this way. But there's been this just amazing, quick exercise in acceptance, in self acceptance. And what I'm really looking at is I'm accepting that my country is the way it is, that it was built on racist principles, and it doesn't give a fuck about black people, that it would rather um, arrest, kill, and silence black people or the private citizens in general, the protesters right now, than it would be to hold the murderous white cops, or period, murderous cops, accountable. And I'm accepting that. I'm accepting that this is a country that will attack the media physically, that the police officers are instructed to attack the media. They're attacking medics. They are destroying water and food, goods that we were having difficulty getting at the start of the pandemic. That they'll do all of this to hide corruption. And I'm having to accept there's this just radical acceptance that this is America. This is where you live. This is the home of the free and the land of the brave. No, it's no home of the imprisoned and the land of the cowardice. And I'm just accepting that. Um and that's okay. That's where she is versus believing the lie. And I think of that as the same way as I look at with my anon work that I'm doing around being a survivor of sexual assault. And my support group is like recognizing that people are still going to be sex addicts, people are still going to be predators. I can't change that. What I can change is how I react to them and how I support those who are affected by predators. That's what I can do. And that's kind of the way that I'm just radically accepting my country right now. I'm grateful. I'm grateful the covers have been pulled off and that we're no longer sitting comfy. That we're having real dialogues about change. I'm grateful. There's this other radical acceptance that I had this reminder that when I was 12 years old, 12 or 13 years old, my dad would always call me Madam President because I was so bossy and I could come up with a plan of how everything was supposed to go. And no, I think I was 13 when my science teacher, he would call me Madam President as well because I was like, oh, well, couldn't we do it like this? And so now, realizing the joke that we have in office, I'm reminded that I promised little Quinn I would run for president by the time I turned 40. Well, baby, that's next year. So I've got to get my campaign together for 2024. And I think there's that radical acceptance that I and any other of my fellow Americans can do this role. Those of us who listen and connect and have empathy and caring for one another really could do this role. And I think it would be an opportunity for an ushering of healing. Whether I win or not, NBD, it's no big deal. It's that I ran. That's the main thing for me. And that I encourage other Black women to run for whatever party it is that you support, whatever that party is, whatever it looks like, whether it be Democratic, Independent, Republican, Green Party, extremist teabaggers, whatever it is that's your thing, run. do run. A do run, 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 a do run, run. Because I think there's this just recognition that we need to move forward. We deserve to move forward. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, so off that rant, um, the other thing that I'm finding very remarkable, just if I do a check-in regarding my health, is though I'm at this emotional acceptance level of, oh fuck, and I'm having to catch up with the emotional acceptance level, there's also this cognitive healing that I'm having since the concussion. I'm reading articles like a mofo. Though my dyslexia pops up, I'm determined, I have purpose in reading what I'm reading and disseminating information. Um, so I'm noticing I'm having less reading issues this week because it means something for me to read and be informed with what's going on and how people are being treated and silenced. It's important for me to be able to communicate and have that conversation with those around me. So I thought that was rather interesting. And with that said, I said I was going to write a book this year, even though it was going to be a nonsense book. I said I would write a book, and I'm like, my big excuse was I have language function issues. And now I can't use that because in the time that I spend reading and absorbing information, I could spend an equal portion of that time in writing my story, writing my observations, and yeah, just keeping my promise to myself. All these things are promises to myself: to run for president of the United States, to write a book, to be a paid public speaker. I want to be a motivational magician. Um, yeah. So those are like the three dreams that I have, and I might as well make them come true. I might as well. Because regardless of what the giant flaming shitstorm of my life looks like, I still have to stay in serenity and I still have to stay balanced with what all is going on. And the fact of my reading comprehension being as good at it as it has been tells me I'm on a little whoop, curve up, and that I can do this. That anything I fucking put my mind to is possible. So yeah, that's where I am. Right now I'm going to put my mind to figuring out which section of my head that I just braided. All right. Till next time, friends. Peace.